Good morning. 欢迎来新竹. How was that? Great. We're off to a very good start. Thank you. I am Soheil Modirzadeh, Chair of MIPI DevCon 2017. I am also the Marketing Programs Manager at Synopsys. We are here today to learn how MIPI specifications are moving mobile forward and enabling emerging technologies and applications such as automotive and Internet of Things. Without further ado, let's start the event by welcoming our first presenter, Peter Lefkin, MIPI Alliance's Managing Director. Peter?
Thank you, everybody. And it's really a pleasure to be here. We've been coming to Taiwan now since about 2014, 2015. I've made a number of trips from the United States to Taiwan, and very pleased to be able to conduct this event here. We had some other developer events and conferences, but really pleased to be able to put this forward from a MIPI Alliance. I'm going to just give you a little bit of an update on the event today, and then give you a kind of a current update on MIPI Alliance. I think some of you are familiar with MIPI Alliance, but some of you may not be. So the DevCon event here, we actually just, the team and myself and a number of members were just in Bangalore last week, where we conducted a similar event here. But here we'll have over 200 attendees registered. So thank you very much for your interest. I'm hopeful that the day provides you with all that you expected. We have 21 presentations during 3 tracks, so a lot of content. These presentations are available to you. I'll show the URL and it'll flip through the slides as well. We have 18 exhibitors. So the exhibition hall will open I believe at noon, shortly around that time. And so you'll be able to see some of the specifications being implemented in products. So I encourage you, there's also a large number of subject matter experts for MIPI specifications. So if you have particular questions, not just about the product, I think you'll find that there's a large number of expertise in that room. I'd also like to thank the MIPI DevCon chair and vice chair. This doesn't happen alone. There's a team of people who support this activity, including Soheil, who you just met from Synopsys, who's the chair of the event this year, as well as Roy Chestnut from Teledyne LaCroix, who is here and is vice chair. We also had a large steering committee. Putting on an event like this with technical presentations, we always want to make sure that the technical content is robust. It's not a marketing pitch or a sales pitch, and that's what we try to accomplish. So you'll see a good number of people, some from the same company, who participated in our steering committee. I'd also like to quickly just recognize the event sponsors and other participants. Introspect Technology, Mixel, and Teledyne LaCroix are all event sponsors, sponsoring different elements. I see the backpacks as well as the wireless and also the notepads that you're receiving. Media sponsors, there's a lot of interest. Some of these are based in Taiwan, others are global, but there's a lot of interest in the media about what MIPI is doing and MIPI specifications. So we're pleased with the support from the media sponsors. Industry sponsors, including IEEE Standards Association, IEEE ISTO, JEDEC, the Taiwan Display Union Association, and the Taiwan Semiconductor Industry Association. I'll talk a little bit about some of our relationships as well from MIPI Alliance. The exhibitors that you'll see next door, it's also in your handout. So again, please do take the time and stop by the exhibit booth, again, from 12:15 to 1:15, and then the afternoon, 2:45 to 5:15. What we're trying to do is obviously focus attention on the presentations as well. And so those will be the times for the exhibit area. So again, I'd like to thank these companies as well. It takes a lot of effort. You'll see a number of new products. I've seen already some announcements. You'll see some new demos that I haven't seen either. So I think they've come with some new products here to Taiwan. Presentation slides are available right now. So if you want to download them to your phone, to your laptops, so you can follow along. We don't have printed versions, but yeah, please, I'll leave that there. You can take a picture of it. All that content is available. You'll also notice that there are video cameras, so we're videotaping these presentations as well. So that'll be further content for others in your organization if you wish to share that with them. This will rotate, so if you missed it, you'll be able to catch that as well. So I wanted to just give a little bit of an overview of MIPI Alliance, just a general overview as well as maybe some specific areas. But it's a good opportunity to provide some detailed current information about MIPI. Obviously, we're a global collaborative organization, and we're really focused on mobile. Mobile is our primary focus area, but as we all see, that mobile is not only influencing, but it's moving into other areas. So you see mobile platforms or mobile-focused companies moving into automotive, into wearable, into augmented virtual reality. So through the event, there's presentations on each of those areas, and that's really leading not only to an evolution of MIPI specifications that have been developed in the past, so camera and display, but it's leading to new areas of specifications in automotive, in touch area, in augmented reality and virtual reality, as well as other areas. So looking at how the mobile specifications can be adopted and implemented in these other areas. There's really no limitations, and often I'm surprised by not only the companies that are joining. You may not sort of expect them to join a mobile-focused organization, but also the applications and the devices that people are developing using MIPI specifications. First and foremost, our product, our output is really specifications, focusing on mobile, but as I indicated, applicable to IoT and auto and other areas. We don't do this alone. We do this with the help of members. We do this in collaboration with other organizations. I'll talk about that a little bit later as well. But that's an important component because in this day and age, partnering and collaborating with other related organizations is very important. MIPI membership provides the license to implement the technology in products. So that's what you receive when you join the organization. More and more, our software specifications are going to be publicly released to the software community, and that's really to complement our hardware specifications as well. And then through education opportunities like the Developers Conference, through other types of events like interoperability workshops that we've had actually for Unipro and MFI here in Hsinchu, we help promote not only MIPI, but also our members' products and services that implement MIPI Alliance. Focus areas have been interesting for MIPI. As I indicated, the center and the heart of MIPI is really mobile. You'll see heads-up displays, augmented virtual reality, automotive, wearables, IoT, and 5G. And I'll focus on automotive a little bit. I'm also will be up here later today giving a presentation on automotive for the automotive subgroup chair who couldn't be in Taiwan, but also for 5G. A lot of the discussions today on 5G are very focused on the network. And what MIPI is doing is looking at not only our specifications, but what types of applications and services are going to be enabled by 5G. And are our specifications ready? Are there new specifications that need to be considered? So 5G is an area of focus for us. We have a group that's forming and formed within the Alliance, to focus specifically on 5G devices, because that doesn't often get a lot of attention when you talk about 5G in the ecosystem. So MIPI in automotive, you see in the left-hand corner an article that says, what does MIPI Alliance have to do with cars? And often, people joke, I've seen graphics of a car, shaped as a mobile phone, but it really is probably the most mobile device that we ultimately have. And I'll go into it a little bit later, but we're looking at applications for safety, infotainment, advanced driver assistance, and autonomous car. And we've focused in on the advanced driver assistance systems to really hone in on, it's probably the hardest of the problems, but we figured on focusing on that, looking at our specifications in sensor, camera, display, our physical layer. Obviously when you're looking at automotive, there are complexities there. It's certainly bigger than the length that you have to run between the camera and the processor in a mobile phone. So that's really a challenge that we're looking at. And also the auto OEMs, tier one suppliers, are really coming together to look at camera needs in the car, looking at automotive, and looking at MIPI's past history of delivering the camera interface for the mobile market and really solving some of the problems that automotive is facing today, having solved that for mobile probably about 14 years ago, actually, now. As I mentioned, we have the automotive subgroup established. We focused on those 4 areas, but really, again, autonomous driving systems is the primary kind of main focus today. The other interesting part is that MIPI Alliance, as it's organized, has working groups in each of the areas that I mentioned: camera, display, physical layer, sensor. And so when you think about automotive, it really cuts across a large majority of the MIPI specification areas. And so what's happening today is we're looking at what are the requirements for automotive, how are those met, and what are the requirements for camera? What are the specific requirements for display and the others? And so it's been an interesting, from an organizational perspective as well, looking at how we address the automotive market, the automotive requirements structurally when we have very different kind of working groups that are focused in particular areas. So this, I would say, is one of the first vertical groups that's been formed, and will cut across all of the MIPI specifications. This ecosystem for MIPI Alliance has really grown over the years. I would say initially it was really the handset manufacturers, device OEMs, and semiconductor companies that really made up the formation and foundation of MIPI for probably the first 5 to 6 years. Then as products implemented MIPI specifications, as the market grew, you started to see IP and VIP providers, test labs, test equipment companies, application processor developers, software providers, and then the full device market as well. And so this ecosystem has expanded. In the room next door, you'll see a good number of IP and VIP providers as well as test equipment companies. There's a large focus in that room there. But often we've been really focused on and only communicating with the people who develop the standards, the specifications. So we have working group meetings 3 times a year where we convene the working groups and the engineers to develop the specifications. And often early on, and we've changed that over the past 3 years, and it's really a focus why we're here today, is that there's even a larger development community in our members, in their customers, people who touch MIPI specifications. And this is a new technology area. Often our specifications are newly invented or evolved technologies, and the implementation isn't always well understood right from the beginning. What we're committed to do is to try to educate, inform, have interoperability workshops as well to really assist the development community. So the subject matter experts who develop the specifications are important. I think without them we wouldn't have the specifications, but it's as important to support the developer community. And we were in, as I mentioned, Bangalore last week. We're here this week in Taiwan, and we've seen a very large interest in the content, the ability to discuss among people who are thinking about the mobile ecosystem or other MIPI specifications. And so I encourage you, and very pleased that you're here today to support kind of our focus, which is on developers. Another milestone for MIPI Alliance, we've had year-over-year membership growth. And what's interesting is we don't really, it's not an active recruitment process that we have. I don't have, even in my role, I'm not quite in a sales mode to sell membership. It's often our members, their partners, their customers, and the specifications, and the need to implement them or to move, let's say, from I2C to I3C, or to move from one camera specification to another. And so we're seeing a large interest in membership. I think it's being driven by a few different areas like sensor, like camera. We see kind of the embedded vision market looking at MIPI specification for camera in their industry as well. So we're pleased, and even there's 305 members as of today. You can see a lot of those logos. I won't go through all the names. This is really the contributor base and the board on the left side. So Intel, Nokia, Samsung, ST, Synopsys, Texas Instruments, and Toshiba. And then you'll see some recognizable logos, and I'm also pleased that you may see some unrecognizable logos. I think one of the important elements of MIPI Alliance is that we're not just supporting kind of the larger name-recognized companies. We have many companies and startups who have built their business solely focused on MIPI Alliance. And that's great to see. I love to see that. I also, the engagement and the support of MIPI is very much ranges and sort of flows through all of those members. So appreciate, if your company is a member, appreciate your support. If you're not a member and considering, feel free to stop me in the hall here or other, even after the event. One thing I wanted to focus on, because being here in Taiwan is very important. And you can see out of that 300 companies, we have 33 companies that are based here in Taiwan. Many others are members that have locations and facilities in Taiwan. And so you'll see the contributors: Faraday, M31, MediaTek, Phison, who will give a presentation shortly, Realtek, and Silicon Motion. And then I'm sure a lot of you are from some of these member companies as well. So we appreciate the support as well as the interest here in MIPI. And so what I've been talking over the past few years since we've been coming to Taiwan, is how can we further meet the needs of the Taiwan industry, the Taiwan community here. And we're working on a few things, including this event, but even further along. This isn't a one-time activity for MIPI Alliance. This is an ongoing effort to really be visible and support the industry in Taiwan. I mentioned our partners. I won't go into the stories with each of these, but in sensor, MEMS and Sensors Industry Group, PCI-SIG, some of these may be recognized to you. VESA in Video Electronics, Standards Association, USB, UFSA in support of UFS certification. You'll see JEDEC there as well. And I'm pleased to indicate that we've been having a continued dialogue with TSIA here in Taiwan, and talking about their support of prior and continued support of JEDEC activities. But I think the similar model could be brought forward for MIPI Alliance in a partnership with TSIA, and that could be a bit of a focal point for some of the activity here in Taiwan as well. So I'd like to thank TSIA and look forward to continuing that dialogue to see how the collaboration can proceed. So the phrase for the event is moving mobile forward, and I think we've all seen the tremendous evolution in the 14 years that MIPI has been in existence of, if you think back where mobile was 14 years ago to where it is today, it is amazing. I have a shelf. I sort of keep it as a reminder. I think we all have drawers with plugs and wires and adapters that are no longer in use, but I've kept the phones on the shelf and really kind of demonstrate and remind myself as well that there's so much change that's happening in mobile, and by no means is mobile done. MIPI's work is not complete. I think this will continue for a long period. And we continue to do so with and support the mobile industry as well as beyond with the development of new technologies and really evolving our current specifications. So incredibly important that there's a robust activity of new specifications, new proposals coming to MIPI Alliance. We had our member meeting last week in Bangalore, and we've been talking about a few new areas, major areas, including AR, augmented virtual reality, touch, sensor, automotive, camera evolution as well, display evolution. So there's a long road ahead, and we're happy to support that. And we're proud to say that you'll find at least one MIPI specification within every mobile phone that's in the room today. I think that's a safe statement. And it's through the support of those in the room, developers, and the full ecosystem that I indicated. So I don't want to take up a lot of time. There's going to be 20 other presentations that are talking at a technical level about MIPI specifications, but I wanted to thank you again for coming here, for attending. We do have real-time translation. I see many of you taking advantage of that, and I would encourage you to do so. I think it helps in the exchange of questions and answers, and please do take advantage of the speakers that we have. If you have questions, use that as an opportunity, whether it's during and after the presentation or in the hallways. You may have a discussion. So again, thank you for attending today, and I look forward to meeting some of you, at the breaks and lunch. So thank you very much.